Alright guys, so let's try to use offset for automation. And how do we do this? So, so what I want to do is I want to specify that, okay, I want to sum up 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years. I want to be able to do that. So I want to be able to say, okay, I want just a year, which is going to be 2019, or I want to be able to sum up 3 years, which is going to be 2021. I'm going to be able to sum up to 6 years or 7 years. That's 2025. So I think I have up to 8 years, right? So 2026 is the last one, which means I have a total count of eight. Yeah, which is fine. So I want to be able to sum up this, and immediately I change this to be number of years. This shows to be this. So if I use that validation, I can equally change this from 2016, and then this will give me the output to be whatever year I am picking from here. Right, good. So what I want to do right now is revenue, right? So I want to check total revenue that I have for this number of years, and then I'm going to be doing just, let's say, let me do just 4 years. Okay, that's 2022. So I want to sum up revenue for good 4 years, right? So to do that, I'm going to use sum. So equally I can do sum, right? So if I do sum, so this would be a good way to go about it, right? So sum, and then I have 4 years. So if I change this to 5 years, then this will not change. Then this will not be dynamic because I can't get for 6 or 5 years. See, right? So to make it dynamic, what I can do is to say offset. So there are two ways to go about it. I'm going to use sum. Well, there are several ways to go about it, but I'm going to use two ways. I'm going to show you two ways anyways. So two ways anyways. Well, that's so I'm going to show you this anyways. Alright, so I'm going to show you this sum. Okay, so I'm going to be standing here. Remember, we are using sum. Sum, you want to stand there and say, okay, go all the way here. So what this is going to do for you is to start at this is starting point, K10, then move to R10, right? So then every number between K10, from K10 to R10 will be added together, right? Good. So instead of now extending this to R10, I'm going to make this R10, the ending number, to be dynamic. This is my starting point. The end point will be dynamic always. So what I'm going to do is offset. So now, remember, I am moving, this says I'm moving towards this direction to the right, which is positive, okay? And then move towards this direction again. This is what? This is column, right? This is column. I'm not moving up and down. I'm moving right to left. This is column or width, right? So we're going to be using column or width for this automation. So what I want to do is stand here in 2019, okay? Then command rows. So rows is up and down, so which means I don't need rows. Okay, column. Now, so what we need to do in column is that I want you to move to the number of years I want, or the number of years that is specified here. So I want to move by 6, Rabbi. So if we are moving by 6, this is what we're going to do. You have to jump, which means these columns and rows are not inclusive, right? So which means our starting point is this. That means if we start counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that will be 20, then 5. This will be the fifth year, right? Okay, so let's put, so if I put 6 here, this should be 2025, right? But this should not be 2025 because 2019 is not being counted. So if you count this 2019 down to this place, that should be 6 years. But if we move down, like if we use offset, it means it's going to be starting from here. Or let's say I want to start from here, right? So it depends on where you want to stand. But let's say I'm standing from here. So what I'm going to do is I want you to move by 6 columns, right? Okay. Now, do I need to anything on height? No. Do I need anything on width? No. Okay. So fine. So give me the total sum you have. Okay, then I'm going to close the sum. So 315, is that correct? No, that's not correct. Let's check. 2024, right? So that is 225. Do you know why this is not correct? This is because this has moved from this down to the sixth year, which is 315. So this is giving me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is giving me 7. Why is it 7? I want I want 6 actually. Why is it giving me 7? That's because my offset started from here and then jump to this place when it's counting, because rows are not inclusive, rows and columns are not inclusive. So to make them not jump to the last one, I want to remove -1 from here to give me to get this. So which means this is starting from here and then it is not including, so it is including 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and then down to 2024. So which means I have just 6 years. If you check the count, what I have is just 6 years there, starting from 2019, right? So which means this is starting from 2019 plus additional 5 columns, which is this, and that is what we have done here. So that is one way to use offset to do automation. Let's say I want to do the whole 8 years, this will automatically jump to 8 years, right? So you see the figures has changed from 225 to 380. If you look at what we have here, we have 380, right? Okay, so that is one way. The other way to go about this, I'm going to, let's say, depreciation. Okay, so on depreciation thing, I'm going to, okay, so I can confirm this each equally if I want to check. So another way to go about this, I'm going to use this formula. So let's try this formula here. Say, okay, offset. Now I want to use the width, right? So I want you to stand here. Good. Then I don't want anything from rows. I'm not moving up or down. Columns, I'm moving right, fine, but I don't want to jump, so don't use this one. Height, I'm not summing up from up and down. So width, okay, so I want you to return all the columns from here. So what do I want you to do? I want you to give me 8 columns, right? So inclusive of yourself. So which means this is going to include 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So pick these 8 columns, then I'm done with you. This is spill, right? Because I'm not using offset. So because I'm not using sum, right? So to see this figure, press Ctrl 2, F2, F2, F9. Unfortunately, this is not shown because of the spill. F2,